Howdy, everyone. I wanted to try to keep it brief, go over my total portfolio value as of this Saturday, February 21st, 2026. Let me show spreadsheet here. So currently, I don't remember if this is an all-time high or not. I'm not necessarily keeping track of all-time highs. Um, when I look at my account values in Fidelity, I can tell by the graph when it's hit a high, but like I'm not keeping it tracked somewhere here as a hard number. Um, but I would say it's fairly close to its highest. Some stocks that are continuing to do well for me this year: SCHD, Procter and Gamble, and Pepsi are doing really well. Thankfully, when I've kind of bought into them, they were not doing well for. They were doing like they were just kind of flat or a little bit in the red. Um, like General Mills here, they've for the most part this year they've been in the red, and I'll show here for General Mills. I'm still down. Ugh, that hurts, but that happens. Um, let's see, Chevron, they're doing good. CMS, which is an energy company, they're doing okay this year. I think overall I am up on those as well. Let's see. Yeah, CVX I'm up a bit on. CMS I'm doing not as good as Chevron, but still doing okay. My best ones are Google and Nvidia, and that's just because I got into them early on in my investing journey. As you can see, my average paid for Google's basically $171, and they're at above 300, I think, or around 300. I can't remember. So, and let's see, Amazon still in the red, but a lot better than last week. And not that week to week really matters in the long run. Again, it's just for me, it's interesting to see how that performance changes on a weekly basis. Amazon last week for me, I was down, I think like down 13%. So it's nice that they've seen a little bit of a bump in their stock price. Also, I've contributed more money to them just yesterday. Sorry, I wanted to share there. Yeah, Amazon still a little down. For example, V, they've not had too good of a year so far. Well, at least, yeah, this year so far, really not too good of a year. Overall, I'm up still on V, so that's a plus. And like I was saying in another video, Procter and Gamble, who I bought some of recently, they've been kind of middle of the road. I'm barely up. This does include dividend reinvestment, so I'd be curious to see how much. What if I should create a column to show my return on investment, excluding dividends and then including dividends? Um, I don't know. For now, I like this how it is. And then I'll just show here so far for the month, almost $140 in dividends I've received. Trailing 12-month dividends I've received is almost 3,400. Here's my purchases so far. This is made up of stock purchases and dividend reinvestments, so almost $3,000 this year in total. So I'm very thankful that I'm able to do that, because not a lot of people are able to do that, and I'm not. I hope no one. some people really will. But I hope no one really views this as me bragging, trying to show off. I mean, I am in a sense showing off my portfolio, but I'm just really documenting my investing journey. Hopefully, people can see this and they say, okay, if he's getting these returns with these stocks, this is how he's thinking about his investing, about his retirement or whatnot. Hopefully, that can give them some ideas on what they want to do, or even just encourage them to even just invest a little bit more. I'm not making these videos right now, at least. But I'm not making these videos to necessarily educate people. Definitely everything I say is not official financial advice. Do not necessarily follow what I say or what anyone says. Take in what people say, learn about it, understand risks that come with certain decisions, and ultimately figure out what's best for you in your situation. Again, I've said this before. I didn't really start investing and watching investing content until I became debt free. I need some water. But yeah, I didn't really watch any investing content while I was paying off my debt. I did watch a lot of real estate content because I thought that could be good to get into. And then I changed my mind and I stopped watching it. But it wasn't until I got closer to being debt free and then I was debt free that I started watching more investing content, because I was very focused on getting all my debt cleared away as quick as possible. I'm sure some people are of the opinion that, hey, you should have invested while paying off your debt. And yeah, you can do that too. You can work on paying off your debt and then invest a certain amount each month. And I technically was. I had for the company I was working with at the time, I was contributing to my company 401k, but I was not contributing a whole lot. I was doing the bare minimum to get the company match. And then switch over now because the sun. And all the money that I could save beyond that and beyond my basic bills, I was putting almost all of that into paying off my debt. Because again, I wanted to get that debt cleared because I figured the sooner I'm out of debt, the sooner I can build up savings. And when I do start investing, I can put in a whole lot more of money in at once versus investing and paying off debt. And again, what a lot of people you'll hear say is it's not about timing the market, it's time in, right? My thought was, okay, if I get this debt cleared quicker, I can more seriously jump into investing. So maybe I could have started my journey 2 years sooner, but the amount I would have been able to invest wouldn't have been nearly as much as I have been lately and as I hope to be able to do. Again, this month alone, almost, just basically $1,750. I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. Some of this is, again, dividend reinvestments, but that's only $150 worth. $1,600 of this is me contributing money into my Roth and my individual brokerage account. And so I'm very fortunate. If I had debt, don't think I would be able to contribute that 1600, not even close. So I think by me focus on paying off my debt, sure, I shortened the time that I would be in the market by about 2 years, but I still have probably 30 years left to invest into the stock market. So let's say 30 years from this point there versus 32. I don't know. Will those 2 years make a difference? I don't know. We'll see. But I think me paying off my debt quicker and being able to put more money in, and especially more money over the longer term, I think that will be good. But I don't know for sure. That's something we have to wait and see. And it'll be a long time before we can even see how it turns out. So, again, if anyone watches this, I appreciate it. And hopefully your investing journey is going well. Talk to you later.